And with that, we in fact shift focus over to the other story that we've been tracking this hour, and that's also going to talk about how the Babri ex-TMC MLA's provocation is now leading to an intense political atmosphere, one that's based on religion. The suspended Trinamool Congress legislator Humayun Kabir formally commenced construction of a Babri Masjid replica mosque in Beldanga in Murshidabad district, a move that has of course ignited fierce political hostilities barely weeks before West Bengal heads to assembly election. So the development unfolded just a day after Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, addressing a public meeting in Barabanki, delivered an emphatic declaration that the Babri structure would never be resurrected, not even on the day of judgment. Defending the project, the Bharatpur MLA asserted that Muslims had not opposed a Ram temple built under Yogi Adityanath, adding that naming and building a mosque was their right. The project has now drawn sharp criticism from not just the BJP, even the TMC, and that's what becomes the surprising element over here. Each accusing Kabir of acting as others' proxy. So just ahead of the big elections in the state, who does the monument of hate really benefit? Is it the TMC? Is it Humayun Kabir and his party itself, or the BJP? That is the big question we are posing to our guests as far as the Babri Masjid construction in Bengal is concerned, and the ex-TMC MLA's provocation. Is this going to be another monument to hate?
That he's showing a victory sign. That is quite interesting. Relating Babri Masjid directly to election, that's quite clear from what he's showing. This is a show off of Humayun Kabir, no doubt.
यहाँ से ऐतिहासिक प्लेस है, यहाँ से ऐतिहासिक प्लेस है।
और हम आज फिर इस बात को कह रहे हैं कि कयामत के दिन तक भी कभी कयामत का दिन तो कभी आना ही नहीं है, और इसलिए बाबरी ढांचे का पुनर्निर्माण कभी होना ही नहीं।
Introducing my esteemed panelists, Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Professor Manojit Mondal, who is a political analyst, also joined in by Sarfaraz Wani, who is a political analyst. Many thanks to you all for joining in. Charu Pragya, before I'm labelled as a BJP stooge, I'd like to point my first question towards you. When Humayun Kabir was being suspended from the Trinamool Congress, he was being labelled as a puppet being propped up by the Bharatiya Janata Party. I'd like your response. Is this a case of sour grapes by the TMC? How do you see this? Because this is a man who is, of course, being also hailed by the Muslim community. He is bound to also split the Muslim vote for the TMC now.
Akansha, good evening, and good evening to all our viewers today. See, it is so easy to brand everyone as BJP's B team, BJP's alternate team, and we've seen it happen time and time again. But let's make a few things really, really clear. TMC is now a political party which not just believes in bloodshed and violence, it also believes in the politics of appeasement to such a level that they are comfortable even dividing the country. I mean, look at them. I don't know what are they trying to project and who are they trying to please, because Babar was an invader. We have lost thousands, if not millions of lives at the hands of an invader which came into our country, looted our country, and to such an extent that they destroyed every single evidence of our civilization, of our literature, only to appease themselves, right? Only to rule over us. Today, when a chief minister or her political party or her supporters, they want to support a narrative like that, and then turn around tomorrow and want to bring in BJP into their political conversation, I think some things need to be above this. This is not about the elections around the corner. I am calling out Mamata Banerjee and her government and her political party every single day, time and time again, with proof.
Okay. I I can see, in fact, I'm also joined in by Momita Chakrabarti, who is a political analyst. She's joining me live from the studio. Many thanks to you, Momita, for coming in, taking out the time over here. But Sarfaraz, I want to quickly bring you in. What explains the popularity of Humayun Kabir despite, say, corruption case against him? We've seen his properties also get seized by the current dispensation in Bengal. Is it because he's also able to speak to the grassroots Muslims? Because look at the number of devotees that turned up when the foundation was being laid for the masjid. That in itself speaks volumes of the kind of clout your party is already commanded in this entire region of Murshidabad.
See, this is a broader question of whether Babri Masjid name can be again given to any masjid or not, and the answer is yes. Because Supreme Court in its own judgment has said that the masjid was illegally demolished. The mannerism in which the masjid was demolished was wrong. Although it was a title dispute which was decided in favor of Hindus, but Supreme Court categorically said that Babri Masjid was illegally demolished. Now, somebody wants to make the same masjid somewhere else. I don't understand what is the concern. Babri Masjid, making Babri Masjid irrespective of Ayodhya somewhere else should not be a concern for anybody. Number second, Mughals have brought a rich culture. If Mughals wanted to convert Mughals were, see, understand, if Mughals wanted to convert,
Charu, I'll give you time. I'll give you time to.
Mughals ruled India for 200 years. If they wanted to convert, there would have been not even a single Hindu in India right now. There were secular people who brought rich culture. You have problem with Babur, we don't have problem with Babur. Babur is a Muslim name which comes from the ancient times. So you cannot target us for keeping Babur name.
Okay.
So there are a lot of people.
Okay, Charu Pragya. Yes, let's listen to what Charu has to say. Sarfaraz, listen to what.
Mughals were secular. I have given you a factual proof of it.
Okay, let's listen into what Charu has to say. Charu.
No, we need to go back into a little bit of history here, and I will not go very far back into history. Let's just focus on the area of Murshidabad. Let's see how in recent times in Murshidabad we have seen unprecedented violence. Hundreds of Hindu homes have been destroyed, set aflame, and all of this has been done while the police was complicit. This is an observation of Kolkata High Court. I am not saying this. Kolkata High Court has observed this, that police looked the other way, was complicit in this violence. And this is very recent. I am not going back into ancient history. Point one. Point number two, who was Babur? Why are you trying to defend him? Can you tell me who was Babur? What other way can he be explained other than being an invader who came into India?
Okay.
Came into India, fought his way across our land.
Right now.
Okay, I think we are veering away from the topic. No, we are veering away from the topic. No. I'll tell you why we are veering away from the topic.
I'm talking about recent things. I'm talking about the situation in Murshidabad where appeasement politics.
But Charu Pragya, questions are also being raised about why the BJP has not been able to protect the Hindus in Murshidabad. Look at the kind of violence that's plaguing Belnanga. You're talking about Prime Minister himself quoting the attack on a female journalist over there. So for making those tall claims about Hindutva.
No, thank you for asking me that, and let me give you a very responsible answer. Families which were safe during this violent time have all said it's only because of central agencies today that we are safe, that we have a place to stay. So please don't say the central government is not doing anything. But this is the state of West Bengal, where anybody from, forget an MP, MLA, even ministers get attacked. Leave that aside. They are attacking cars and officers of
does that mean Muslims have to be
that is the way they function.
names?
They take pride in that anarchy. They take pride in that anarchy. Compare it to a state like Uttar Pradesh, where identity politics takes a back seat, and we focus on development. Development for all. We want to see.
All right, let's quickly bring in our other panelists also. I think Momita also wants to make a quick point before I quickly go back to the other ones who are waiting. I can see Monajit is also waiting. So, Momita, quick 30 seconds.
Well, according to me, Akanksha, I find two prominent sides to this. I mean, when you say that Babri Masjid would be founded in West Bengal, Murshidabad, it is two prominent visuals. The first one, I would say, it's a prominent provocation between two communities like Hindu and Muslim at this point, because the election is knocking at the door. And the second point is this is definitely for the vote bank appeasement politics. And also, if I give you the example of the vote bank appeasement politics, so I must talk about the Congress, and we also know that how the vote bank appeasement politics has been the dream of the bucket list of Congress government from the very beginning. And coming to Babri Masjid again, this Humayun Kabir, couple of months back, clearly said that he will cut the Hindus into pieces and throw into the Bhagirathi rivers. And Mamata Banerjee did not even bother to address that man who is delivering so much provoking dialogue. Just think. He's saying that he will cut the Hindus and throw into the Bhagirathi river. But still the man is just openly roaming around everywhere and talking about Babri Masjid foundation and all. So this is absolutely nonsense, I would say. But in West Bengal, I mean, if you talk about the Hindu vote bank and also Hindu community was never considered for any political party apart from one since 2014. Every party did not take Hindu community at all seriously because Hindu community was never considered as the vote bank politics for any political party. That's why they have been taken that much granted every single day.
Manojit Mandal, is it true that the TMC government has not taken any action against Humayun Kabir? Why were his properties seized then is also the question. Also, what explains the kind of active support that's coming to Humayun Kabir from not just grassroots level Muslims, even Muslim clerics? Something that was very evident by the number of devotees that actually turned up at the foundation laying of the Babri Masjid. How do you respond to, say, a statement coming in from Humayun Kabir when he says that he will ensure that neither the BJP nor the TMC come to power?
First of all, the two BJP's spokespersons speaking spewing venom against Bengal is nothing new. So we are certainly not bothered by this kind of exaggerated statement and venom spread by these two people. I completely denounce them, and there's no need to dignify them. The people who were involved in that riots, they have all been given justice, and some of them have been brought to book. Coming back to Humayun Kabir, look who are discussing about Humayun Kabir. It is Yogi Adityanath and BJP. We are not even bothered by it because we know that he has got no presence in Bengal, only some presence in Murshidabad, and you will see it after the month of May. Please mark my word, this person will be completely obliterated from the political scene of Bengal. I am talking about Mr. Humayun Kabir. Who is pandering to Mr. Humayun Kabir? It is, I'm charging on a TV. Please inquire into it. How much money he has got, all those cashes, no ED, no income tax, no CBI. 5 crores cash, he flaunted those cashes when the inaugural ceremony was going on. Nothing happened. Who is giving him money? One neighboring chief minister from BJP ruled state is giving him money. Who is having secret meeting? Muhammad Selim of CPIM had a secret meeting with Humayun Kabir.
But what is Mamata government doing about it? What is Mamata government doing about it? If he's so corrupt and if he's such a goon, then what is your government doing about it?
No, the problem is that you only spread the half truth. The Calcutta High Court has said that any person can build a mosque, temple on a private land. That is the verdict given by the Calcutta High Court.
I think Mamata wants to come in on that.
Verdict.
Yeah, I want to ask, when Hindus were being killed in Murshidabad just a couple of months back and their houses was getting burned,
allow Mamata
then
to make a
please
point.
tell me what was CM was doing, what Mamata Banerjee was doing. She was having some meeting with the imams, but she did not find the time to come to the Hindu families to console them. Is that we are looking for from a CM, the responsible CM in West Bengal? Secondly, just a couple of days back, when lady journalists got beaten up in Beldanga, what the CM did, she said, no, just don't get into those sort of places where the person can be mobbed. Is this a statement are we expecting from an honorable CM like Mamata Banerjee? She is a very, very, very experienced politician. We at least expect some sympathy for the women at least. If she cannot give the security and cannot give the proper administration, she must resign. Being a political analyst, I don't even hesitate to say this.
No, but Manojit, I'm not just going to make this about Hindus. I'm also going to talk about the Muslims. They make up 40% of the demography at the moment. Are you not admitting that there is also minority dissatisfaction? There's action being taken by the Mamata government. The DMs have been sent against to take action against Bucks. Clerics also feel they are being targeted. Humayun Kabir is looking to exactly do that, split the Muslim vote.
Nobody is except BJP and some of their leaky channels. I'm not saying that it is your channel talking
Manojit,
about that.
talk about
Nobody's,
facts. Talk
I'm
about
talking
facts.
about the
I have
facts
asked
only.
questions to the BJP spokespersons. I have asked questions to an analyst
Yes,
supporting
madam.
the right polity as well. So don't make this
fantastic.
about, if you again say it, that this is about channels supporting the BJP, I'm afraid I will have
did
to
not
ask you
say
to leave
it.
the channel.
You are taking it upon yourself. I rather appreciated you. I said that not
Because
your
it's not the
channel.
first time. Please, let's talk about facts right now.
I mean, I feel pity about you. I mean, you ask me questions
Oh
for
my
10 or
God.
30
I
seconds.
feel
and
pity
you
about
give me
you because you
facts.
lack
me
the
10
facts.
seconds to
Personal
answer.
remarks
Where
against
lies
the
the
anchor.
problem? You ask me a
Make
question
personal
of what
remarks
means, but
against
you
the
don't
anchor
even
because
give
you
me
have no
10 seconds to
answers.
answer.
Can I
Look
comment?
again, your friend has come. How do I answer if you don't allow me to answer? The fact remains that nobody is scared, nobody is bothered. The Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Israel, all are living peacefully in Bengal. It is only BJP's problem.
That
And
is
some of
why
their
you are appeasing the Hindus this time around.
No
Coming
question
up
of
with
everyone.
Durgangan in
This is
Calcutta,
this is your
Jagannath
narrative,
Dham.
madam. This is
Now,
your
is this
narrative.
not
You have
Hindutva
been doing it for
appeasement?
That too is
everyone.
taxpayer money of
Your narrative-
residents of West,
narrative
resident of
was
West
just
Bengal,
put
and
your
that too
part.
not from any
The
trust.
the
thing and
sad
all.
part is you get onto the bandwagon a tad bit late. I want to quickly bring in Charu Pragya on that
Will be
note.
decimated once again. Don't worry. যতই করো হামলা আবার জিতবে বাংলা जितना भी करो हमला जीते भाई बांग्ला. Don't worry about that. Wait for 2-3 more months.
All right. Charu Pragya, quick closing thoughts, 30 seconds.
See, I want to make one thing very clear. The way West Bengal has been for the last, I think, decade or so, all of that is going to come to a complete full circle and full stop with these elections because West Bengal has seen far more bloodshed than it deserved. It has seen so much of appeasement politics that even a grandmother who was raped needed to come knocking at the doors of the Supreme Court. She did not get justice in her own state.
Another
And
Zainab.
at the same time, whichever district you look at, whichever issue you looked at, it's rampant and
All
it is
right.
terrible. I can only pray that West Bengal is rid of this tyranny.
In an election where religion is an issue and law and order, good governance goes for a toss, we can imagine the plight of the state governors. Many thanks to you all for joining in on this very fiery and interesting discussion. It was a pleasure having you here on Plain Speak.